Many leaders remember their first day in leadership. They maybe did a great job at completing tasks, or they were the best on their team at a certain operation, but all of a sudden, they don't get to do those tasks anymore. They don't get to do the same work as they used to, but they're asked to lead the group through some influence. Maybe that sounds like you. Or maybe you're transitioning to your first role where you're actually leading leaders and you're two steps away from the work that actually gets done. You're not alone. This is a common place to be, and I'm going to help you today with 5 things that you can do right now to improve your leadership. Hi, my name is Andrew Beard from beardexecutiveconsulting.com, where we build better businesses through building better leaders. I'm looking forward to diving into this topic with you. Let's start. Our first point about those new to leadership is that leadership is more about the people, not the tasks. You need to get away from your mindset of accomplishing tasks like you did when you were an individual contributor and get more into the mindset of being a team enabler and leading the people. You're going to want to measure success here by what your team does, not your individual output. And your best work right now is going to be about how people on your team accomplish work and accomplish their goals. And it's not so much about what you did on an everyday basis. Our second point is that as a new leader, you do not need to have all of the answers. I work with so many leaders who think that they need to know everything right away. Well, no one can do that. What's more important is to build an authentic style where you can admit to your team that you don't know. Sometimes you may not know and you tell them, I can find out, let me go figure that out for you and I'll get back to you. Sometimes it's about building the solution together, especially in today's world of hybrid work environments and AI. So many new situations are coming up that you just can't know everything. The important thing here is to model your own curiosity and compassion. If you show your team that they don't have to know everything either, they'll be much more forgiving when you don't have the answer to something. And remember, as a leader, your goal is to help the team do their best. It isn't to solve every problem that they might encounter every day. The third thing to remember in your leadership is to set expectations clearly and early. So many leaders underestimate the amount that they need to communicate with their team to be really, really clear. They'll think that since they said something once in a staff meeting that everyone will follow it, and if they don't follow it, it's because someone on their team is being a bad employee. Well, quite the contrary. Most people want to do a great job. They want to impress their leader, but it's on you as their leader to make sure that you're clear and concise. It's important to set expectations for a project early and revisit them frequently throughout the project. One of my biggest tips is make sure you write it down, whether it's just via email to your whole team, or maybe you have a combined workplace like a Google Doc that shares what the expectation is. Everyone can refer to that to make sure that they understand what they're supposed to be doing. The fourth point here is that feedback is a gift. If you don't know that something is wrong, there's nothing you can do about it. So it's important to invite feedback early and often. Oftentimes the feedback will be pretty neutral. People will say, yeah, things are going fine, everything's all right. But then when you hear things aren't quite as good as they should be, ask about that, invite that feedback, thank your team for it, and then act on it. There's nothing worse than having a leader who asks for feedback, gets clear direction from their team, and then ignores it. One framework that I love to use with leaders is the stop, start, and continue framework. You simply ask your team, what's one thing that I could stop doing that would make your life easier, more enjoyable, or the tasks better? What could I start doing? Or what should I continue doing that we're already doing? That helps you understand what's valuable to the team and what you might be missing as their leader. The final recommendation is about looking inward and making sure that you manage your own energy and time. It can be tempting as a new leader to want to do everything. You want to impress your team. You want to impress your boss to make sure they know they made the right choice by hiring you, but you can't do everything. And it's not your job to do everything. Whenever someone brings something to you and say, hey, can you do this for me? Always be diligent in what you're actually taking on versus what you ask for your team. Your team might come in and say, hey, can you connect with marketing to understand the direction that we're supposed to be going in? And instead of saying, sure, you can keep it in their laps and say, hey, that's a great idea. Would you mind doing that and just keep me in the loop? I trust what you're doing and I just want to know what's going on. That's a great way to give your team some more responsibility, show them that they trust you without taking on more for yourself. Another thing that's important to remember is to delegate properly. So many leaders think that they need to take everything on to show everyone how great they are, when really, delegation is going to be much more effective. You're going to build your team's ability to take on things without you needing to be there, and you're going to help them understand your own boundaries and how you take on work or give it back. All of this will allow you to model the calm that you want to see. And when you as a leader can model calm, the team will take that on and feel calmer themselves because they're going to realize that everything is okay and they don't need to be worried. The final tip here, as you think about knowing yourself, is to set moments in the day that you can pause. If you know you're going to need a break because you tend to take things on, give yourself a 30-minute block to just sit and think. Sometimes people take a walk or grab a snack, or really just stop and think about what tasks they've taken on today, what they need to delegate, or how they continue to project that calm demeanor to help their team stay focused. As a quick recap to our work today, we've talked about the 5 most important things that new leaders can do when they take on their new role. Remember that leadership is more about the people than it is about the tasks. It's important to remember that you don't have to have all the answers. It's also important to set clear expectations with your team, and remember to ask for feedback about your own job performance and take that seriously and then act on it. And then finally, it's so important to manage your own energy and focus so that you don't appear overwhelmed or unable to support the team. So whether this is your first time in leadership or you're just moving into a new role, keep these 5 principles nearby and you are going to level up your own leadership. And as always, if you're looking for more support, feel free to reach out. I would love to help you in your new leadership journey. Good luck.